All right, 4-question interview.
Shoot, what if I answer stupidly?
That's okay.
What was the inspiration for the name?
Thine is the kingdom? Awesome, this is my question. So Thine is the kingdom is, it's from the Bible actually, but we're quoting it from a poem called The Hollow Men by T.S. Eliot. It's referencing this great kingdom that you can receive if you work hard enough, basically. So we kind of took that biblical meaning and reverted it. So the quote at the beginning, between the idea and the reality, between the motion and the act falls the shadow, for thine is the kingdom, is basically Eliot's way of saying between what you think is real and what you think is really real is a disparity. So for Owen's character, he thinks that if he works hard enough, he can get this role, he can get this career he wants, but it's all kind of a joke from the beginning.
Yeah, because he's terrible.
That was a lot deeper than I was expecting.
To be honest, dude, I was editing it, like, I think it was only like 7 days ago, I figured out what the actual meaning was. I was like, why do we call this film this?
Why did you want to create this film?
I'm a really big fan of stories. I love telling stories, and this is definitely a narrative that I would love to tell because it's got all the elements I like. It's got murder, mystery, insanity, and it's also got kind of some sort of meaning beneath it all, even though if that in the end it was all meaningless.
It's also kind of like a funny story. It's like, oh look, this guy tries so hard and he failed and he sucks, and then he lost everything. Like it's one of those things where like you don't want it to happen, but it happens, and you're kind of like.
What was the third one?
Oh, what are you most proud about?
Oh yeah, what are you most proud of?
Of the film.
Of the film.
Go first.
Me too.
I guess my favorite scene is when he's beating up Sully, the red-haired kid, you know, smoking on the alley.
The
He's beating him
cap.
up, yeah, and he finally punches him and like get that bone-crunching punch, and he falls to the ground. And then we cut back to Owen, and Owen's standing there, he's like motionless, but he's just black, and there's no sound, like he's not doing anything. He's just standing there, and it just gets me.
I don't know. I think that the ending, blowing up that door was so much fun. I was writing the film and I was like, how is the third guy gonna die? And I'm in the garage, right? And I find these stacks of doors and I was like, oh yeah. I was like, I know what this is gonna do, and I measured it. It's the exact same proportions as the door that's in our real bathroom. And so our special effects guy, Joey Ostertag, he made these explosive squibs, and we stood on the inside of the door, and we got our faces blown up, but we got the shot.
It was terrifying. We had safety glasses on, we had the camera on a tripod, and I'm freehanding another one, and we're like shooting it, and then they like pop, and we're just like, we just jumped, 'cause it's so loud.
It was
like
so
M80s
loud.
in a small bathroom. The bathroom's like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like
so that was a real effect.
That was real. That was for sure real. And Owen, originally in the script, he beats the door in with a hammer. But Owen's like, no guys, like I'm feeling it. I'm gonna punch this motherfucker. I'm sorry, I just swore.
I don't think YouTube cares.
I don't think he does. Yeah. In the actual frame itself, when he punches it, you can see in his face it hurt like hell.
Yeah.
Because he starts
knuckle
gaining
kind of
intensity and he starts going hard at it. And his face starts going like, and then he pulls his hand out of the door. He actually cuts his hand, but it's in the glove, so you can't tell.
Because he rips it.
Should we do it in here? What's up?
We're gonna be in here for a second.
What the shoes that have wheels in them?
Heelys.
Wait, you don't know what Heelys are?
No, I do, but I just didn't expect. Yeah, I see a Pimp Daddy.
I know. They're so new. Did you rent this suit?
No, I bought it. Okay, I'm gonna let you in the internet into a secret. Amazon sells these bad boys for $80. Get them.
Prime with free returns. Prime with free returns.
Alterations though are slightly expensive. $10
Well,
if you
yeah,
want to
fair.
get your pants fitting.
That's true.
I'm getting a suit.
Out there, what's going on?
Yeah. Well, dude.
That's all the one with the rocks and the guns.
And I do.
Gets hit in the head and he faints, so you use your roll thing to roll it. You get that, John?
What's up, man?
When are they even for the smallest?
I don't think we have any
Oh
more
yeah,
questions.
one more question. What was the hardest thing about making it?
I didn't even know that was a question.
Color editing, oh my, like we know nothing about color editing. We get into saying, we've shot like black and white films or just like stupid films.
Yeah.
You don't have to color edit. So we're sitting down and we're like, wow, the first scene, like we had our color temperatures wrong, so we went in there and it's just, they looked like Donald Trump Oompa Loompas. Learning all that coloring was horrible. Like, it was just brutal. We knew nothing about it.
Coloring is hard.
Yeah, it's not even fun. You're like, okay, maybe I'll just this. Wow, they're orange now. Okay, let's go back. Now they're green. Okay, now they're orange again. Now they're blue. Plus we're color deficient, that's the worst thing.
That's true. We are actually both.
So we're sitting
partially
there, and I'm
colorblind.
like, dude, why does his face look green? What's happening there? We're like pulling all the greens and the yellows and the oranges out, like nothing's happening. Then somebody comes in and like, why does his face look purple? We're like,
purple
take
and
away
green
the
aren't
purples,
even-
and we're like, oh, that's purple, not green. So I got a question for the vloggers.
Oh, okay.
The question
okay.
for the vloggers is like, when did you start and why?
Right now, this is our first.
No way.
Nice.
Now, where's the why?
One, because we thought we gotta challenge ourselves, just like you said. Everybody always says you gotta be creative every day, and sometimes you get into a rut. I was like, we should do something. And then two, I've been reading a lot since I'm out of school, right? And having to do this full time, it's hard. You know what I mean?
Video?
No, well, surviving without having like a normal job, and you know we're just starting out.
Normal
We don't-
jobs
yeah,
are
yeah,
overrated.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're like, we need. So I've just been reading a ton, figuring out a bunch of business stuff and networking a lot, right? When you see the big guys, you always notice something. They
Nice
always had a decent social following throughout. Nice. And then I realized I used to make crappy, really crappy, cringy YouTube videos back in freshman year of high
We've all been
school.
there.
Yeah, but I still got a decent following and community after like 4 months. Yeah, so I was like, even if we suck and are cringy, we can be known for that, and everybody will laugh at us, and then we'll have a following.
That's true.
Like, okay, it could hurt you. You know what I mean? It could hurt you to be bad, but if you do it
That's
well, which
true.
I think we are.
If you do it well bad.
If you do it well, even if it's bad, if you still do it like smart at least, it can't hurt you.
Dude, the sun is flaring, boy. They got some cool clouds. The majestic green grass. Oh, it's gonna be so.
I spilled juices on myself.